Ladies and gentlemen, Pallet Autoload is here. We have the Pallet Silo with Autoload trailers from Chris S. and Riley S. I mean, who else? These are available as a mod pack as well as in the placeable section. What we've got is we've got some different trailers with different capacity options and different, customizations, of course. The two smaller trailers will either hold one or three different types of things, and they hold between, here you can see between 30 and 150,000. This one holds between 4,000 and 150,000, but it's also a tipper, so that's why it says that. And then the large one, the Profi, this will hold four different types, up to either one or four, so you don't have to mix and match if you don't want to, between 60 and 250,000 liters in there. What we're looking for is up at the top left-hand setup. So we have the Pallet Autoload Standard, and then we have the Pallet Autoload Unrealistic. That's going to give us between, what is that, 30 and 100,000 liters. And then you can go over to the multi-type, and the multi-type, that is where you're going to get the extra. And the multi-type gives you between 30 and 150,000. So there is that. We also have options for just bell trailer if you wanted to go with that. We have the standard tipper, 4,000 liters or 8,000 liters respectively. I think, no offense, Chris Riley, gonna drop the ball here. This could have easily been 18 million liters. I don't know why we didn't do that. Waste of a trailer. I'm playing, man. Y'all know I'm just giving you crap. I love it. I love it. I love the Midas tires as well as the BKTs on there. And, of course, we can go with that camo, which is what I'm going to have on there all the time. Then we have a custom trailer right here, the container trailer. Check this thing out. We are going to see the exact same things up here at the top. So you've got the auto-loading standard or unrealistic, and then you can do multi-type and multi-type unrealistic as well. Capacity options are going to be exactly the same as the Metal Tech trailer, or the Farm Tech, sorry. And we do have a couple other things here. Of course, wheel brands. Then we also have brands for the trailer. This is neat. So you got your Case IH, Kloss, Duisfar, got some good stuff in here. We've even got JCB on here, so if you wanted to utilize this trailer, I don't know, maybe with the new DLC we got, it does have a hitch on the back of it as well, so you can hook up a couple of these together. Man, all kinds of stuff. Even Mercedes-Benz in there. Let's go, dude. Yeah, all right. Very cool indeed. Of course, you can do their camouflage on there. Now, we've got the Profi Liner. This is the one that holds four. And up at the top left, holy cow. So we have a 60,000 capacity by itself, 250 with all full capacity. Then the Autoload multi-setup 60, which is going to be 15 of each. And then you've got the multi-open full setup. Goodness gracious, that is the one to go for. That's also important to know that if you go with any of the unrealistic capacities, it doesn't cost you extra money. That's pretty cool. Yeah. So you do have different setups here as well for the different tire options. And then the designs, these are just going to be the ones that are in the base game. This is the current trailer that Giants runs right now. They've got two of them. So if you wanted to use the one that they have, well, there you go. Or, of course, you can run the camo. Now, it is worth mentioning that if you don't have Yoast Modding's liftable pallets and bells mod, it'll still work. It'll still work fine. But it is recommended to utilize that mod because it just makes things a whole lot easier. I have his mod installed, so everything I've got works perfectly. Now, here's another thing. Up here at the top, you can see I've got no setup whatsoever. All I've got is tip side sets and then unload here. That's it. There is no button that you hit to load and unload this stuff. It just kind of loads up. Look at that. I just loaded all of that. Unfortunately, I also loaded all of that into two of the sections that this will do. Now, there is an update coming out where it's got three sections total here. This just loaded into two, the front and the middle. So that means that the eggs have nowhere to go but the back section. Again, not hitting anything. It just loads them up. So it also should tell me that over here, this, what is it, the honey? I don't remember what I had here. Yeah, raw honey. That's not going to load up. And you don't really have a lot of control over which area it goes in. But I have talked to Chris, and he did say that there is an update with Giants to fix this. As a matter of fact, that was supposed to already be with the launch version. However, the mod was ready to go a little bit earlier than expected. Now, what about the placeables? So if we jump over to silos, in here we've got a new silo, the Pallet Silo. This pallet silo will load up your pallets, and you can change it up with the different gratings and things like that so that you can set it up. And it doesn't work like a distribution center like a lot of them do. It's simply a silo. That's it. So we've got just this regular silo here. As a matter of fact, I've already got some bread, butter, and flour in here, and it has a 5 million liter capacity. Here's all 4 of the combinations that you could do. So you've got your standard set there, and then one side is open while the other side is a grate or not, or you could just do everything. This one probably makes the most sense for pallets, just to be completely honest with you guys. But yeah, anything that's pallet can be stored in there. For example, right here, we've got cake and eggs. I'm going to set up the tip side for front. So we're going to come over here. We'll get a trigger, just like a tipper, We'll click the unload. All right, now I'm going to go tip side middle, unload the rest of the cake, and then tip side back, just like we would as well. There's another trailer that you're like, do we already have something like that? We do. Where is it? It's a semi-trailer, isn't it? Yeah. This guy right here. So this, and I believe the Load King as well, has a triple set, front, middle, and back. It's exactly the same. So really, if you want a pallet, so we got all this honey over here. We're just driving right past it, dude. We're just gonna drive right past it, right there. Boom. That's it. All I did was just pull right beside it, and it loaded it up for me. Now let's say I need to go sell this. Well, I've got Schultzmonic Sell Everything mod right here. This is set up the correct way to be sold. So we can see we've got the dump honey trigger down at the very bottom. There are other things in the game, like the base game productions, for example, don't work like this. So they are not set up for selling pallets in this state. However, there's a lot of placeables that I understand that are like that. But if you just want to sell stuff and be done with it, make the most money, I still recommend Schultz Modding Sell Everything Station over anything else, and I have since Farming Simulator 22. So there you go. I don't really know what else to tell you, dude. It's pretty simple. It doesn't work with Highlands Fishing pallets yet, but it will eventually. So think about this. It's not... Oh, yeah. And how do we get stuff out of the silo? We just pull right up to it, click the button, and say flour. Cool. And it loads the flour, doesn't it? Sure does. That's it. That's quite literally all you got to do is just click the button. What else do we want? We want, oh gosh, there's so much stuff in here. Yeah, you can load up every pallet that's in the base game. I don't even remember what I put in here. Oh, of course I put bread in here. Let's go ahead and load that up too. There you go. So this makes things super easy. Like I said, we've got pallets of, or not pallets, but setups of 3 here. If you go with the container, it's also 3. This one's 4. But yeah, think of it less like a pallet autoload. Most people, when they think pallet autoload, at least on console, they're probably thinking more like universal autoload. And universal autoload is cool, but that's not the way this works. As you can see, we can't really see the pallets. All we can see on the back are these big crates. And that's how this works. And everything that's in those crates, well, technically is like a... I don't know, man. What, did I get 210,000 for that? Sweet. Everything in here is like a bulk material. It's like you're selling wheat or barley rolling up. That's it. It's very simple. I've also been told that the mod description should be getting updated for this mod as well. I don't think that the entire mod description was included. I think there were a couple parts that were not included. Maybe didn't get copy and pasted over. I don't think it's on Chris's side. I think it was on Giants QA side. Again, I could be mistaken, but that's the information that I've got currently. So if you're checking out this mod and you checked it out earlier and it was a little confusing, maybe go back, see if the mod description has been adjusted and added to, and it may be a little bit easier. But hopefully I made it very simple. You get the trailer, you find the capacity option that you want, and then you go find some pallets and load them up. That's all we gotta do. Now here's a fun one. For those of you guys that are on PC, if you're wanting to utilize this, well, there are some kind of fun things to it. So what we'll do is, let's see, we'll open up the cover. There we go. And if you go into Power Tools or if you go into your Easy Dev settings, you are able to come in here and you've got all different sets of your trailer setups. Basically, I think this is like 4 trailers. So we can load these up by like on your own lonesome. This is what I was doing earlier. So You don't have to go about this in one way or the other. Boom, boom. Let's see. Let's do some more. There you go. Super random. We have rope, paper roll, cheese, and flour. All in there. Ready to go. That's it. That's so awesome. And then we also have the front, middle, and back for this. So just be aware of that. The two middle sections both just say middle. I may talk to Chris and see if we can do like middle 1, middle 2, you know, something like that. I don't know. Either way, very cool, very awesome. What do you guys think? I mean, it is probably not pallet auto load the way you want, but it ain't gonna get no better than this, especially for crossplay compatibility. So real quick, I'm sitting here chit-chatting with Chris, and he's like, hey, go check and see if that works real quick on the new map. So I was like, all right, I got you, dude, I got you. So I have Yoast Modding's new pallet mod. So we've got all of the pallets which look the same, but are supposed to not work. Yeah, I don't know if his pallets don't work. Maybe? Yeah, nothing seems to be loading. The base game, oh, hang on a minute. Wait a minute. Big Stones worked. And hang on, what is this? Fish food's got a little bit out of the bottom like it wanted to work. But did it? No? Oh my goodness, fish food works. Hey, I just had to come at it at a different angle. Okay, so this is working. That's so we got big stones, fish food. Here's coal. I don't think coal works. But previously we just had to back out and then pull back in again. It's kind of like when you've got like a door trigger and another trigger where they just don't want to work together. So we got big stones, we got fish food. Doesn't look like the fish themselves, so maybe some pallets will work, but not all pallets. The great thing is fish food works. So that is a big deal.